GTR Sports. Join us on GTR for global tidbits on soccer, tennis, boxing, and many other sporting activities.
What a good shot!
Tune in to GTR.
What a stadium! What a stadium!
Welcome to the Sport Tidbit on Ghana Talks Radio. My name is Sandra Asante. So reports reaching us from Spain is saying that Kylian Mbappe is open to joining Liverpool, and our very own former GFA boss, I'm talking of Kwasi Nyantakyi, is saying that he couldn't outperform because of government interferences. We don't know whether his corruption saga is also due to government interferences. So don't go anywhere. I'll be back after the break with more stories for you.
Join us on GTR for global tidbits on soccer, tennis, boxing, and many other sporting activities.
What a good shot!
Tune in to GTR.
What a stadium! What a stadium!
Welcome back from the break. So in soccer today, the Los Angeles Rams scored a late touchdown to beat the Cincinnati Bengals 23-20 in Super Bowl 56. The Bengals looked to set to win their first Super Bowl just 2 years after being the NFL's worst team. But the Rams star stopped roast to produce when it mattered most, with quarterback and I'm talking of Matthew Stafford leading a game-winning 50-play drive with just 1 minute 25 seconds left. But Cooper Kupp scored his second touchdown to give the Rams a second NFL title. The wide receiver 28 was named the game's most valuable player, adding to the Defensive Player of the Year award to have won last week. And Rams, wide receiver Cooper dedicated that particular win to Kobe Bryant. May his soul rest in perfect peace. How can that be if he could be alive, seeing this particular, dedication to him? That's what Cooper is doing today. He dedicated that great award to Kobe Bryant. Away from that, Kylian Mbappe is hoping to move to Liverpool this summer, with PSG striker radically changing his plans to join Real Madrid after beating them in the Champions League, claims the Catalan newspaper. That's what they are saying. So Kylian Mbappe is open to joining Liverpool, but has also not ruled out staying at PSG. Yes, according to report in Spain. So the 23-year-old scored a 94th minute winner for French Giants against Real Madrid in the first leg of their last 16 Champions League clash at Parc des Princes on Tuesday. But sports claim that the match has caused Frenchman to have a radical rethink. But Liverpool boss, I'm talking of Jurgen Klopp, is reportedly trying to convince Mbappe to join. So let's see which team will be willing to play for. Away from that, Firmino is in the news, and Liverpool took a firm grip of their Champions League tie with Inter Milan as late goal from Roberto Firmino, and Mohamed Salah, and them 2-0 victory at the deflated San Siro in their last 16 leg on Wednesday. Yes, it happened that so Roberto Firmino really gave up that great performance there. It was really amazing seeing that. Yes, so that's what it happened today. Liverpool, they had that grip on their Championships League tie with Inter as a let go from Roberto really made them that particular win. Away from that story, this one is a delicate story in a day. Ex-Football Association President Kwasi Nyantakyi has admitted he experienced some form of government interference in his line of work as FA head. According to him, that interference was needless because the government could have found the better way of solving issues rather than using an approach he described as gidi-gidi. We don't know that gidi-gidi, what he's trying to say, but I was actually wondering why he would wait till today to talk about that. But the former CAF vice president explained how his administration was intruded. So let's listen to him. I'll be back after that.
Join us on GTR for global tidbits on soccer, tennis, boxing, and many other sporting activities.
What a good shot!
Tune in to GTR.
What a stadium! What a stadium!
I have had particular issues of what I'll call interference. There were two particular issues because they are well known in the media. I can mention them. In 2011, I was nominated as the candidate of the executive committee to contest the seat on the CAF executive committee. And you are all aware that there was a letter from government proposing another person. Then in 2010, when we came back from the World Cup, the FA premises were besieged or ransacked or overwhelmed or overtaken by officials from the EOCU. We took the matter to the High Court, and the High Court declared it illegal and awarded damages of 50,000 Ghana cedis against the states. These are the clearest examples of interference that will readily come to mind. But I thought they were needless because the government could have engaged the FA to seek a compromise on each of these very issues without doing kitty. It's not necessary.
GTR Sports. GTR Sports.
So he's saying that the government interfered his work, not even giving him time to breathe. We'll be speaking to our panelists very soon, but I'm actually just surprised about this one. I don't know whether his corruption saga was also, as a result of government interference, but that's what former FA talking of the president, Kwasi Nyantakyi, is saying today that the government interfered in his administration. I don't know what he was looking forward to bring out that, could change the Black Stars performance, but that's what he's saying. So there was a documentary which was premiered on 6th of June 2018, which is sought to highlight the level of corruption in football among, administrators in Ghana as well. So the British Broadcasting Corporation provided technical support for the investigation and secured the right to show it to the global audience. We were joined by Aziko. Good afternoon, Aziko. If you can hear me, you're welcome to the Sport Debate on Ghana Talks Radio. Good afternoon, Aziko. If you can hear me, you're welcome to the Sport Debate on Ghana Talks Radio. Hello, Aziko. Oh, that's really bad. We are trying to hear him, but it's quite hard that we won't. Good afternoon, Aziko.
Yeah, good afternoon, Sandra.
You're welcome to the Sport Debate on Ghana Talks Radio.
Sandra.
Can you hear me, please? Oh, we are trying to connect him. It's really bad that we will still try to get him so that we can have that conversation, because it's really important to talk to him about this particular issue regarding Kwasi Nyantakyi on that. But before we talk to Aziko, we've gotten to him, so we'll be speaking to him shortly. Good afternoon, Aziko. Can you hear me, please? Hello? Oh, today has been bad. But before we get to talk to him in tennis today, many people use the coronavirus lockdown to learn new skills with the unexpected free time. But few dedicate and decided to leave the world of professional sport behind the pursuit in their careers. But before we continue that, good afternoon, Aziko. Can you hear me? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Can you hear me, please?
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Okay, so we'll still get in touch as we're having some kind of technical problem. We're not able to get hold of Aziko, but before the end, we will definitely speak to him on that. So in tennis, yes, I'm talking of Gabriela Taylor. 2020 proved to be a watershed year in more ways than one, as the former Great Britain tennis decided the time was right to step away from sports that has been her life for 18 years. Taylor went from devoting hours every day trying to get results on the court, but instead putting that time into producing results on canvas, as painting became her new passion. So she said that I still wonder, yes, myself, how I got into this and where I have got now. I thought I would just start painting and did a few pieces here and there, but then I had the idea I could potentially start a bit of a business out of it, with part of the profit going forward towards animal charity. So from a tennis player to an artist, I think we were looking forward to get a Ghana Talks Radio logo from Gabriela on that one. Still on tennis, but away from Gabriela, Britain's Andy Murray won only one game as he lost in straight set to Roberto Bautista Agut in the last
GTR Sports. GTR Sports.
Okay, so former world number 1 Murray 34 was beaten 6-0, 6-1 by the Spedinard, who won the tournament in 2019. But fellow Brighton and Davies also failed to reach the quarterfinals as Alejandro Davidova Fokina came from behind to read their encounter. The Spedinard ranked 47 in the world, won 4-6, 7-5, 6-4. So Murray has, had gone into the tournament looking to win his first single title in 2019 and had made a strong start with a straight set win against Japan's Taro Daniel Onda. So he was well beaten by 2019 champion Bautista Agut, who will play his compatriot Davidovich Kofina in the last 8. So that's how it is standing in tennis. Away from that, in athletics today, former U.S. Olympic figure skater Adam Rippon said Russian skater Kamila Valieva's participation in the Beijing Games after having tested positive for a banned substance was a complete slap in the face for clean athletes. Yes, it is really devastating for a young girl like that to be going through this particular happening in terms of her participation and a free mind to continue. We hope that they fix that issue. But in cricket today, England fast bowler Sadiq Mahmood said he is relinquishing the opportunity of earning his first test cap in the upcoming tour of the West Indies after James Anderson, and Stout Brood were both left out of the squad. So that's how it is happening for them. They were able to end that particular first test, on that too. Have the upcoming tour in West Indies after James Anderson and Brood were left out of the squad. Away from that, in Beijing Olympics, I get excited talking about Beijing Olympics because you know how important gold and silver and bronze it is in the world. So Canada beats the United States 3-2 to win the women's ice hockey final at the Beijing Olympics on Thursday. But reclaiming the gold medal, the Americans had taken from them 4 years ago in Pyeongchang. Captain Mari Philippines scores the winning goal and a rebound in the second period as the outgun U.S. team also recorded 40 shots. We've gotten hold of Aziko. Let's try to see if it works. Good afternoon, Aziko. Can you hear me, please? Good afternoon, Aziko. Hello, Aziko. Can you hear me? Nyantakyi don't want us to talk about him because, he's saying that the government interfered him. I wanted to know if his corruption saga is also part of it, but he is actually doing some magic in his house not to allow us to talk about him. But still on the Beijing story, the U.S. team recorded 40 shots on goal to Canada's 21 cross. On a goal to the entire affair, but were unable to convert where it counted. There is some angle up there. This group makes things easy, celebrating each other's success, being on the same page. That's what Pauline is saying. So forward Hannah Branch nearly got the U.S. on board in the first 3 minutes with a threat shot that, ricocheted off the post, while a would-be goal for Canada midway through the frame was called off after U.S. challenge for offside. Away from the American, Michaela Schifrin said today that it was not the weight of expectation that led to her falling to finish her third race at the Winter Olympics. The American was a strong favorite to win gold. To win gold. It's not easy to win gold though. I'm really quite excited when it comes to that. So she won gold in combined event and was well placed after finishing 5th fastest in morning Danwell leg. So by returning to the ice river course where she had skied out in both the giant salon
GTR Sports.
Schifrin missed a gate and skied out yet again, but there was no tears. There were a lot of happenings after she skied out of the salon last week, but no excuses as she discussed her failure at these games. It's really sad to fail in terms of rehearsing and getting ready for a great tournament like that, but it's also part of the game. You don't have to win all the time. Away from that, Japan's Miho Takagi claimed her first gold of the Beijing Olympics today, following up on the 3 other medals. As she already won in Winter Games so far, as she sailed to victory in the women's 1,000 meters speed skating. So Takagi kept close to play set by silver medalist Jutta Ladam at the onset of the race. But despite falling behind at one point, she breezed through the final lap, half a second ahead of Ladam's time, and crossed the finish line in an Olympic record of 1 minute 19 seconds. It is happening. So she said, I was struggling with my previous race, so I was just like, hey, Takagi said in a laugh as she recalled the moment she saw her time. It feels like Olympics was really long. Each medal is different, of course. There is a difference between gold, silver, and bronze. She said that. So, and I went through a lot of emotions during this Winter Games, and she really made it. We're really proud of her on that. Sweden's Swede Naeslund stormed to victory in the controversial women's sky cross final at the Winter Olympics today, Thursday, bursting out of the gate and not looking back until her first game medal was secured. But Canada's Marilee Thompson claimed the silver, and Daniela Meyer of Germany took bronze. So Fami Smith, the bronze medalist at Pyeongchang 2018, was relegated to fourth of an infringement after a prolonged review of the final. It feels unbelievable. That's what Naeslund said after claiming her first Olympic medal after 3 attempts, including 4th place in Pyeongchang 4 years ago. So workers use, shovels to clear the course and flatten sections of it before withdrawing the lines ahead of the final race after the heavy snow fell during this afternoon. So they're looking forward for the final showdown, and we see who will be able to get that particular win. Before we wrap it up, Norway could set a record for a total number of gold medals won by a country at the single Winter Olympics in Beijing. At the, it's really great for that particular happening in Olympics because people are looking forward to get that. So Norway are also participating greatly. So, but for the chef de mission, that is Tore Overview, enjoying themselves and creating good relationship is more important than winning. So with Norway's chance of claiming more gold in the remaining biathlon and cross-country races, looking good before the game closes on Sunday. The record is within reach that the Overview and the Norwegians measure success in different terms. So the major objective for them is to take the athletes and have fun all the way throughout the game. That's why Norway won the men's cross team sprint for the 13th gold. 13th is not easy to cross 10 to 13. So the sprint for the 13th Belgian gold, 1 medal shy of the record jointly held with Canada and Germany. So the Norwegians also put their winter sports success in recent years down to a 3-pronged approach. So that's how it is happening in Beijing. It is ending on the 22nd of February 2022. We look forward to update you on every single gold, silver, bronze winning in Beijing Olympics. We apologize deeply for not able to speak to our panelists. We'll definitely get him tomorrow so that we continue our conversation. Thank you so much for joining me on the Spotted Bet on Ghana Talks Radio. Stay tuned for the 20 hits countdown. My name is Sandra Asante.